We do have another result coming in. It's coming in from the Senate. Marsha Blackburn, we were just talking about that. Marsha Blackburn will win the Senate seat in the state of Tennessee. Marsha Blackburn, that is a hold for the Republicans right there. She's a strong Trump supporter. Phil Bredesen, former governor, popular in the state, but this is a red state right now. Let's go back to Juju Chang, just outside of Nashville and Blackburn's headquarters.
Well, what we're projecting, George, is that Tennessee is doubling down on Trumpism tonight. You know it's a deep red state, and they will be sending their first female senator from Tennessee. And she's not just any woman. She's a firebrand who calls herself a hardcore, card-carrying conservative and brags about packing a pistol in her purse. She has Velcroed herself to President Trump's agenda. In fact, he came here to this state 3 times to rally for her. In fact, I was there in Chattanooga on Sunday, and one of the biggest applause lines, George, was when they would say, don't give another vote to Chuck Schumer or the D.C. Democrats, and that resonated. She was fighting against, as you mentioned, the moderate governor, the very popular here, who basically campaigned against tribalism, against the divisiveness, and he was endorsed by Taylor Swift, as you know, and the Bredesen camp was very much hoping for the Swift lift, as they called it, because young voter turnout spiked here by 7-fold from the previous midterm election, and yet that wasn't enough, nor was the historic turnout of African Americans. It wasn't enough to bring Bredesen anywhere near. Clearly, Marsha Blackburn was, as predicted by President Trump, the red wall. He said to the extent that there is a blue wave, it will hit a red wall here in Tennessee. And sure enough, that came true. George.
Juju Chang, thanks. Mary Bruce, pretty good trade for President Trump there in Tennessee. The outgoing Republican Senator Bob Corker, frequent Trump critic. Now he gets a hardcore supporter.
Yeah, a complete 180 there. I mean, President Trump was getting a lot of pushback from Bob Corker. He was one of the few Republicans in the Senate who was very, wasn't shy, was happy to speak his mind, happy to take on President Trump. Now the exact opposite.